All right. We are officially live. Let's make sure everything's working real quick. All right. Make sure everything. So we are official. Welcome to Unhinged Sports Show. It's your boy Jay Coop. I'm in a building, baby. Back to you. Banging stuff for you today. As we gonna get to we finna hit this mock draft. Oh man. Let me make sure. Man, I keep losing stream, y'all. What's going on? Is we good, stream, y'all? I think we good. Can y'all hear me? Can I be heard? Can I be heard? Can y'all hear me? Can I be heard? Looks like I'm a little delayed on. All right, now let's get to it. I dropped the mock draft earlier today. You can catch that on my Twitter and also on Facebook at Unhinged, or just follow your boy Jimmy Cooper. And it's pretty much you All right, y'all. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we are back in business. So once again, let's try this one more time. Let's see. Let's make sure everything is going. Make sure everything running smoothly. Make sure everything is going. All right, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. They just trying to rob your boy today, but we gonna get it right. You know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, put you know what I'm talking about in the chat. My draft simulator. So again, back to what I was saying. Um, the Texans have made a lot of moves this this past season as far as offensive line goes. Not only just the offense with the total team. Some of the moves I agree with, some of them I don't. I am definitely not a component of the Reed Blankenship selection. Excuse the dollhouse in the background. I mean, what happens? You got to find a place to screen. Your daughter room, she ain't never always outside. You got to figure it out. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, um, the Texans did some things. Like I said, the Reed Blankenship I wasn't excited about. I didn't see where he fit. I didn't think he was swarm. When I look at players for the defense, the first thing I think about is swarm, right? The swarm mentality. Do they have a swarm mentality? He didn't have that for me. He didn't play extremely well this past season with the Eagles. He left a lot to be desired compared to the uh, Super Bowl winning season, where the Eagles defense was one of the best defenses in the league. Me personally, I felt like in this time period, this draft class has a ton of safeties. You have safeties that can play one high. You got safeties that can play two high. You got safeties that can play in a box. You got safeties that can play nickel. You got safeties that can play all three. It just depends on what you want. You got the body types. You got the 6'4", 230 guys. You got the 5'10", 190 guys. You have the big fast guys. You got some of the guys that look like linebackers. You got small guys like Petrie. Um, a lot of people, including myself, believe D'Angelo Pons could be a outside corner that has your prototypical nickel size, and he's not scared to tackle. With D'Angelo Pons, I believe if you was to want him, you would have to spend a second round pick on him. I'm not in that range to where I feel that the Texans need to add a second round pick corner um, at this time. Maybe next year, but not right now. Then again, you got guys like Scott that maybe late second, early third. If you have to draft up, trade up, do you want to spend that? Do you want to spend that capital at that point? So it's a lot of things to think about. Then you think about offensive line. Is the offensive line still a a finished product? In my opinion, no. The offensive line is not a finished product. Um, but it is, I would say, 80 to 96. Oh, shoot, man. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. 80 to 90% complete. Uh, 80 to 90% complete. Um, the D line, the D line by itself, I would say it's about the same. It's probably about 80 90% complete, meaning you need to add depth pieces on your edge. You need a D tackle. You definitely need a D tackle. You need a D tackle that could be your staple for the next couple of years, especially on the cheap price. Then, um, as far as the offensive line still goes, you still need a young body there. You need somebody that possibly you could develop, right? You have Trent Brown and you have Brandon Smith, both 6'7" guys that are road graders. Um, and there's plenty of guys in the draft with that build that you possibly could get later in the rounds. Now, then you move on to running back. You need a running back. You might need two. But again, style of back and forth. What do you want in your running back? These are all questions that the Houston Texans have to ask themselves. Nick Casario has to ask himself, and they have to get that together. In my opinion, uh, personally, in no particular order, but the top needs are interior offensive line, interior defensive line, and linebacker. That's my opinion in running back. So I want y'all to remember that as we go through this mock draft. Those are going to be kind of where we focus mostly at. Now, I'm a little different. I'm not going to trend towards what ESPN. I'm not going to trend towards what you see NFL Network, PFF, because I do my own homework. I study these guys. I do my own stylistic play. So this is going to be me strictly being the GM. Like I said, I might do one with trades. I might do one without trades. But I believe this first one I'm gonna do without trades so that everybody can see kind of where we stack up, where players might fall if we just sit where we are. Because a lot of the best drafts are when a GM just sits and wait for that player to just fall in your lap, and usually that happens. So, uh, we spent a lot of time figuring things out. Go ahead and get into it. This one has a lot of ads, man. We're gonna try to get through it. Um, this one, hopefully, uh, hopefully we can get through with it. But like I say, it it tends to have its own mind sometimes. And I believe we should be. Um, yeah, it's something. I mean, uh, I think it's something wrong with StreamYard. Once it, because every time I I add to share screen, that's when it wants to start acting up. me try it one more time. Let's try it right here. All right. Now, hopefully you guys be able to see. Hopefully, you guys see what I see. Now, hopefully you guys be able to see. Hopefully, you guys see what I see. Hopefully, you guys be able to see. Okay, so I think we working. I think we cooking with grease. We cooking with grease. We cooking with grease. We're cooking with grease now. Now let's see if it. This is enter the mock. All right. All right. I know. This has been a test run. We'll get it together, y'all. I'm glad y'all hanging in there with me. I see I got a couple of people on here, 3 to 4, which good number. I mean, I'm kind of new to this, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to learn how to get this going. I pay for this extremely high internet, and I'm not getting the results that I deserve. But we're not gonna let nobody uh we're not gonna let nothing detour us. We're gonna get this done. And so I had to relocate. We relocated and we're gonna see what happens from here. All right. Let's see how this works. Now that we have relocated, and scroll down. It won't let me scroll down because of all these ads. Scroll down. Would you let me scroll down? All right. Man, what a day, what a day. All right, so we just gonna go, like I said, we're gonna go back to, let's go. All right, so Fernando Mendoza went 1. Reese Reese went 2. Reese went 2. Um, Managa went 3. Bailey went 4. Styles, Kenny Styles went 5. Cleveland goes with the tackle. Ruben Bain goes to Washington. Tate goes to New Orleans. Love goes to Kansas City. Caleb Downs goes to Cincinnati. Dalen goes to Miami. Terrell goes to Dallas. Jordan Tyson goes to the Rams. Uh, my favorite play, left guard, though Ione. Tampa Bay goes Kendrick Falk, the edge rusher. New York Monroe Feeling goes Demon, a guy that's raising up the board. Woods goes earlier than most expect. Goes to Carolina. Mensor goes to Dallas again at pick 20. Pittsburgh is Lemmy, receiver. Not not a choice that I would have made for Pittsburgh, but not a bad player. Oh my Goodness, man. So y'all, I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna have to use a different mock draft eliminator because this thing here is tripping. We're gonna have to use a different mock draft eliminator because this thing here is Philly goes Lumu, Utah tackle. Cleveland goes Concepcion. Texas A&M receiver. Chicago Joe J. McCoy, cornerback. Tennessee. Buffalo goes Sadiq. That's a terrible pick for Buffalo, but I mean it's a good player, but terrible situation. They just drafted. That's three first, and then Proctor, offensive tackle. So now, your Houston Texans on the clock, and McNeil Warren, really good player, safety, first round picks are usually starters. Uh, would you have him start right now over Blankenship and Bullock? Probably not. He's more of Bullock than he is Blankenship, meaning he's more of a one high cover three, uh, one robber. I don't like him too much in the too high because he is super rangy. I think you limit his abilities with having him play two. But we do run a lot of three. We run a lot of four. CJ Allen. Now, we're gonna have to we're gonna sit here. We're gonna talk about this. CJ Allen to me is hands down the pick right here. And I'm gonna tell you why, but we're gonna go through some more. We're gonna see what else on Amari Cooper Jr. Love the receiver. Don't necessarily believe we need to go first round receiver. Caleb Banks. Uh, foot injury off of my board, but I don't think picking him right now is kind of a reach for me. TJ Parker, not not a fan for Houston. Blake Miller, not a fan for Houston. Howell Edge, I do like him, but again, at this point in time, right now, in this draft, we're talking about a first round pick. Uh, when you have Daniil Hunter and you have Will Anderson, it's a few to take over for Daniil. For Daniil Hunter, but you don't need Cortland Hood, good corner. Um, Zion Young, Max Ihanator, Brandon Sice, Lee Hunter. All right. So as I say, we're looking now here. Jacob Rodriguez. So your next linebacker, according to the stats of my draft simulator, is Jacob Rodriguez, and we pretty much seen three or four um, D linemen in that spot. So if this was the way the draft would fall, and I'm sitting here picking right now, I have Aziz Al here, I have Henry Toa, and I have EJ Speed. Those are my three linebackers. I don't have a guy that I know I could put that green dot on in case something happens to Aziz. Henry Toa did that last year. and you've seen the drop off tremendously. Toto is a good to me. He's a good three down. He's a good in what we're doing right now in this 5-2 system. I don't believe he is the best fit for especially stopping the run. And with that, that goes to the reason why I say CJ Allen hands down is the pick here. You get backer and the linebacker of the future, and you basically add depth to that by moving toward down. And now Tua becomes your second linebacker. Well, you're really your second wheel linebacker in your system because you bring him you you'll have CJ Allen playing Will, and you'll have Aziz and Mike in your base formation. Man, it just it's not just don't want to draft CJ and we're gonna wait not too long afterwards. All right. Back at it again. Let's try it. All right. The Texans don't take time out to um, coach the basics. They don't coach the fundamentals throughout practice. He needs a lot of fundamental physically when it comes to blocking. A lot of his blocking comes with upper body and not lower body. His feet gets he stops his feet a lot. He anchors too much. Um, he to me he's a better run blocker than pass blocker, but he's more on the one dimensional side than he is on the both being very good side. And at this point in time in the draft, I'm not comfortable drafting that, especially when I have a wide teller or something. You have to be special for me to pick you as a guard right now. But there is a player. A lot of people have been hyping up Lee Hunter, and I get it. I also guys that I like uh, uh, in this draft class right now. What we're gonna do because we just sit here and let the draft board fall to us and not make trades. We're gonna go ahead higher prospect, in my opinion, which is Lee Hunter. And we're gonna sit here again and just let the board fall to us. Moment of silence for the drama that is going on today. It is tonight. Uh, um, I don't know if it's StreamYard. Maybe I gotta find another stream device. But it's just not. I don't. If somebody can help a brother out, let a brother know what's going on. Cause I mean, I can't get no closer to the modem with my laptop. Uh, this laptop doesn't let me connect directly to. Uh, so, we gotta. I want the least amount of ads. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can get here. All right, let's see. This one work. Here. All right, let's see. This one work. Here. All right. Well, looks like the draft already started while we was trying to get stuff. Again, we not gonna do any trades. We're gonna try to knock this one out without doing too much talking. Again, we got pick 28, and for y'all that's watching, please just fast forward to about 35, 40 minute mark. I might try to erase some of this stuff. Um, try to. So again, like I said, even on the last one, um, we well, we're gonna kind of speed through it. CJ Allen, as I said before, to me is that pick right there, linebacker, and we don't have to wait too much longer as we're here on the board again. Um, and we have some pretty nice picks here. So, like I was talking about earlier, you got D'Angelo Pons sitting here, second round pick. It's a good selection, somebody that we could use. Lee Hunter is there, Denzel Boston is there. I wouldn't mind steal. Not necessarily a steal, but this is around the range I feel that he should go. And as you keep going down the board, but again, like I said, we want to. I'm sitting here looking at this team, and I'm letting these chips fall as they may. And the guys that fall to us are positions where we need players. And Lee Hunter is there. You can't pass on getting your linebacker. You're stabilizing the interior of your defense where you struggled at last year. Um, it's the same. You struggle offensively. Now we're at pick 59. And I honestly think, guys, that I honestly think it was that website that was causing the issue because we seem to be doing pretty good here. Okay, so now we at 59. Again, on here it says guard, D tackles, offensive center, linebacker, tight end are the needs, and we just picked the D tackle and linebacker. So right now, just looking at the top part of this, even having Caleb Banks here is probably a trade down scenario for me at this point in time. Another guy that I like that people haven't been talking about is Halton, D tackle from Oklahoma. If you watch his tape for the LSU game, he is a dog. He's a dog, man. He made some big time plays in that game. Also, in the Vanderbilt game this past season, he made some big time plays for OU. Um, so just to break down him, a lot of Texas fans that a lot of fans just in football in general that come here and they're looking for mock draft just pops up. D tackle. A lot of people say speed the power. You hear that all the time. Speed the power, speed the power. Speed the power is basically like the punch, get off. You get off when the ball is snapped, how fast you take that first two steps and then boom. How powerful do you get into that offensive guard's chest or tackle's chest? And how much power do you come with it? Now, he's a little undersized. He's not your typical size wise player that you would see playing in a 0, 1, or a 2 technique. The thing is that he plays all over the field. A lot of 0, a lot of 1, a lot of 2. That likes the slant or twist, he's your guy. Now, is he athletic enough to be in corners? And he doesn't have that flexion, that hip flexion that you would want in a super athletic guy. But just a football player, if you just look on the field, you watch, you put on his tape, you see a football player. And like I say, he's not going to overwhelm you with, uh, Aaron Donald and all these different things on tape. But just the sure will and want to make a play, he's gonna make it. And I think he's gonna be somebody that people sit and say, well, dang, why didn't we talk more about him within the next 2, 3 years? So like I say, we looking on the board at 59. To be honest with you, like I said, we're not doing no trades. Um, and I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm saying to myself, is it too early to go tight end 58? Um, the tackles don't like I like Connor Lou. I do like Lou at center. Logan Jones, I like him better. And I like Jake Slater better than Lou. So um, that weight. So this is a thing dealing with some of these mock drafts simulators. They have their own PFF. 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 They have their people ranking players, Jadion Price being here, have him ranking whoever is running the Pro Football Network. They're putting him in this spot so that that person can slide down like at 3 o'clock today. So having Jordan Price down this low is really extreme. Uh, but if again, if this was to happen, Jordan Price was there, this would be a hard pill for me to swallow to not pick him. And in real life, this is not going to happen. But on this mock draft simulator, again, me being DGM, me doing what I feel best fits the team. This is your this is the guy that we need on this team because we need a kick returner. This is a luxury spot. We just filled two needs. The offensive line help that we do need. We're not trading, and Jordan Price is here. That's he's easily the second best running back in this class. People are overthinking it. We're gonna go ahead and take Price with that pick. And our next pick is 69, which is just 10 spots down. There go Rutledge. There goes a player that we probably could. Now we're here at 69 early round here. Not necessarily somebody we're going to look at right now. It's just a reminder what we did. We went C.J. Allen, Lee Hunter, and then Jordan Price at 59. So offensively, let's look again. You know, we need help in certain positions, right? And tight end is went up because of 40 time. Jolly, I haven't really dove into him, but I will say I did watch a lot of North Carolina State because of the quarterback this past year, and he never jumped off the screen to me. So this ranking, I think, is kind of high. I didn't, I haven't looked in the film to really just, okay, let me. Usually when I watch the games during the summer, and I see guys that jump out the film to me like Eli Stowers, um, Max Max Collar, uh, um, Trigg is an intriguing prospect. Michael Trigg, um, I believe, has some off the field issues, behavior issues at Baylor. Not a Texans guy, but he is athletic, big athletic guy. He's an interesting player. Um, Cosley, one of the leading receivers in U of H history at tight end. Also more known for who guy, not so much after catch ability, kind of like a big target. Whereas Eli Stowers is more of a um, detached tight end, right? Um, a guy that you can use over the middle of the field because he's a big body, athletic body. He's going to create mismatches. And that's what's missing. Dawson Schultz is a good, reliable pass catcher, but we don't have a detached guy that can create make these linebackers and underneath defenders have to respect the the speed and the athleticism. So right now at this spot, because we don't have no more trades, 106, they're gonna be the pick here. And like I said, we still get there's still some centers on the board. Parker from Parker the second from Duke. He's a guy that's rising up draft boards. You missed out on your guard. So for guard, I wouldn't too much care about guards anymore after this. And your tackles, you got a couple of these guys that's still here. Offense, you can use more of a guard. And in Houston, like, he's really a true left tackle. Man, this has been terrible, y'all. It's been terrible. We're gonna try to fight through it. This is not good. Not good. Okay, round draft went at pick 106, and we got some guys sitting here. Let's see what we got. Judy Dagmore. Wow, this guy being this late is ridiculous. Now, again, like I keep saying, this is probably the most unserious draft uh, rankings that there's no way that Derrick Monroe is there at this point in time, but I'm 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 taking him. We're going 141, and we're gonna see what falls to us from Tyler Green goes to the Steelers. That's an interesting. Probably wants to play quarterback. He made some some remarks saying that only wants to play quarterback, and that he felt like his rate positions. I felt like he could be a good fifth, sixth round backup quarterback, but with some of the statements he made, I would move him away from my draft board. Not even just because of the Texans, but just if I was any team. Um, and defense, I would have. I mean, well, we just went defense with more and realistic draft. But look, and probably second favorite in yeah. So Logan Jones is what we talk about with the size, height, weight, speed profile. Um, so we're back. We're at 167. Markel Bell is there. Uh, that will be developmental. Is earning probably Preston Hodge, a really good corner for Colorado. Uh, not this past year, but the year before. Um, he struggled a lot, but they play a lot of press man. They play more NFL style defense than they should in college, and I think that hindered his draft stock. But he's a good player. I would, if I was a team that had a good secondary coach, I would take a shot on Preston Hodge. I think he's a good player. Um, Dalen Everett is another one another good player from Georgia. Now, double up on a tight end. Just looking at the board and how it fell with this board, uh, he would be the other tight end that I would look at in the draft. Mark, but I think having the tight end and Sam Marsh would benefit us more than picking a right tackle that probably won't dress out in the 53 man where Sam Ross can compete for a spot and possibly a starting spot, to be honest with you. Being honest with you. And then for to peak 43 is a long wait. Nick Casario likes to wheel and deal. So Casario being there. A couple of guys I would like to see back up as backup. Drew Aller being one of them. Jalen Daniels, I believe he's kind of small. I'm surprised he didn't get a combine invite. I wonder how his pro. Yes, 6 feet 220. Haynes King, Georgia Tech. He's more of a running style quarterback. Gadget like a place like Denver where Sean Payton would use somebody like him. Pavia, I feel, is not draftable. Um, Joey Aguilar was a big disappointment. I want to say he was a 4-star. Uh, Going into college from high school, they didn't put his stars up here like they did everybody else. But yeah, he was a big time prospect. Salter didn't do any justice going to Colorado. Um, Kenyon Drones. But yeah, this the backup. He was the one he lost his spot to I think it's Lewis, the guy that came from Florida State. Um, Big guy, big arm guy, cannon like, but not accurate. Tyler Van Dyke, another disappointment guy, and that's pretty much all the quarterbacks. I mean, like I said, you at this point in the draft, you, you know, you're not you're not thinking you're gonna pick up a Hall of Famer in Tom Brady. Been on another detached type guy. Caleb Proctor, D tackle from Southeastern Louisiana. People are sleeping on. Let's see. We hadn't looked at the running backs in a while. What we got at running back? Jamil Taylor, Chip, Bullet, Miles, Devon Miles, a lot of injury concerns. Uh, Nixon, kind of slow. CJ Daniels hardly got the field. Jamal Haynes, uh, Hishaw had a few good games, not this past year, but the year before at Kansas. I remember he had a pretty decent game against Colorado in a backup role. A lot of these guys are, backed up. I'm just looking to see what they put on here and not too much. All right, so as a defense, um, Caden Curry. I mean, this would be the pick here. He's not going to be here, but just doing this to kind of hurry up and finish through this draft because, like I said, this is probably Pro Football Network has probably one of the most unrealistic um, draft gradings. Um, so again, this was this mock draft as far as, but again, CJ Allen with pick 28, Lee Hunter, Jordan Price. We didn't make no trades. We sat there and waited for guys to fall to us. Eli Stowers, Derek Moore, Logan Jones, Sam Marsh, Caden Curry. So again, like I said, we was looking to do what? Right? We looking to fill holes and fill with younger talent at spots that we could get that can develop them. And I think that's exactly what we did as far as just sitting and waiting to find that guy to fall to us. CJ Allen, we're hoping to be a starter. Lee Hunter, we're hoping he could be a reliable piece up front that could be a two down guy and possibly a three down guy. Jordan Price, we're looking for special teams work, kick return. Have Woody March. So you looking at your Sonic Knuckles and Tails, right? You got Knuckles with Demo. You got your Sonic with Price, and then you got Tails with Woody. Uh, Eli Stowers, you add your tight end. You add to the tight end room. Um, Don Schultz, is probably going to be here. Eli Stowers will be your number two, basically. Derek Moore comes in, learns behind uh, Daniil Hunter. Um, Explosive guy, same kind of like height, weight, speed class as Will Anderson. Um, you hoping that he comes in, learns, able to rush the passer uh, in spurts until he develops. Logan Jones is your guard center of the future. You have him come in. he fights for Sam Rush. He comes in, same thing. Caden Kerr, he comes in as your young guys. Next year, you don't have to overspend trying to find you a DN or go in the free agency and try to find you a 1 year guy. You have your two guys sitting there behind them. Uh, like I said, we had some technical room. We're gonna try to do better next time. But I want to thank y'all so much for hanging in there with me. Again, follow me on Twitter at Blackline17. Uh, also on unhingedsports.com, on Twitter. Also, you can find me on Facebook as Unhinged Sports Show on Facebook. Um, the next time we will be here will be pretty soon, before the draft again, because we're gonna try to knock out another mock draft. Also gonna have a couple of people come in, and we'll do mock drafts with their team. Hopefully, it goes a lot smoother than this. But the way we're gonna end the show is with peace, love, and prosperity to everybody. Uh, we're gonna pray for everyone when it comes to the world, especially with wars and things like that. So peace, love, and prosper. Host Jay Coop, the one and only Black Line in the building. Stand up, and I'm out.